Most people think respect comes from being nice, friendly, and talking a lot. But what if I told you that's exactly why people don't take you seriously? Look around. The loudest person in the room usually gets ignored. The one who shares everything loses value. The one who tries too hard gets overlooked. Now here's the truth nobody tells you. The most respected person in any room is often the quiet one, the one who doesn't react fast, the one who doesn't need approval, the one who can walk away without explaining anything. Sounds cold, right? But it's not about being rude, it's about control. I'm going to tell you a short story about a guy named Jake, who wasn't the smartest, wasn't the loudest, but became the most respected person in his office. And he did it using just 5 simple behaviors. If you understand this, you'll never look at respect the same way again. Jake Miller moved to Chicago with one goal: build a life where people took him seriously. He wasn't the smartest guy in the room, he wasn't the loudest either, but he had one thing: he observed people carefully. On his first day at a marketing company downtown, he noticed something quickly. The office was full of energy. People laughed loudly, shared everything about their lives, and constantly tried to impress the boss. But behind that energy, Jake saw something else. People interrupting each other, gossiping, and quietly competing. He remembered something his grandfather once told him. Respect doesn't come from talking more, it comes from needing less. Jake didn't fully understand it before, but now he decided to test it. 1. He didn't overshare. During his first week, Jake joined a group for lunch. "Man, my rent is killing me," one coworker said. Another jumped in. "You think that's bad? My girlfriend just broke up with me." Soon, everyone was sharing personal stories, money problems, relationships, family issues. Then someone looked at Jake. "What about you, man? You got any drama?" Jake smiled a little. "Not really, just focused on settling in." That was it. He didn't lie, he just didn't open everything. At first, people thought he was quiet, but after a few days, something interesting happened. People started asking more about him. "Where are you from? What did you do before this? Why did you move here?" Jake answered, but always briefly. He never gave his whole story at once, and that made people curious. In a place where everyone was talking too much, Jake's silence made him stand out. 2. He stayed calm under pressure. 2 weeks later, a big problem hit the team. A major client didn't like the campaign they had worked on for weeks. The boss was stressed. People were running around, blaming each other. "This is a disaster," someone said. "We're going to lose the client," another added. Jake sat at his desk looking at the numbers. He wasn't panicking. Instead of reacting, he focused. He walked up to his manager and said calmly, "I think we can fix this if we adjust the targeting and change the messaging. Give me a few hours." The manager looked surprised. Everyone else was emotional. Jake wasn't. "Okay, try it," she said. Jake worked quietly, no complaining, no drama. By the end of the day, he had a revised plan. The client approved it the next morning. Something shifted after that. People started seeing Jake differently, not as the quiet new guy, but as the guy who doesn't break under pressure. 3. He didn't chase approval. In the office, most people kept checking with the boss. "Is this okay? Do you like this version? Should I change this?" Jake didn't do that. He did his work carefully. He double-checked everything. And when he submitted something, he didn't ask for approval in a needy way. He would simply say, "Here's the draft. Let me know if anything needs adjusting." That small difference mattered. He wasn't looking for validation. He was offering results. One afternoon, his coworker Lisa said, "Don't you ever get nervous? I always feel like I need the boss to approve everything." Jake shrugged slightly. "If you've done the work right, you don't need to ask every time." Lisa didn't say anything, but she remembered that. Over time, managers trusted Jake more, not because he talked more, but because he acted like he trusted himself. 4. He walked away from drama. Office drama was everywhere. One day, two co-workers, Mark and Daniel, got into a loud argument near the break room. "You always mess things up," Mark shouted. "Oh yeah, at least I don't take credit for other people's work," Daniel fired back. People gathered around watching like it was a show. Someone turned to Jake. "Whose side are you on?" Jake didn't answer right away. He looked at both of them for a second, then said calmly, "I think you guys should figure it out directly." Then he walked away. No gossip, no picking sides. Later, a few coworkers talked about it. "Did you see Jake? He didn't even get involved." Yeah, honestly, that's smart. From that day, people stopped pulling him into drama. They knew he wouldn't play those games, and strangely, that made them respect him more. 5. He spoke less but with purpose. Weekly meetings were loud. People talked over each other, throwing ideas quickly, trying to impress the boss. Jake stayed quiet most of the time. He listened. He observed what worked and what didn't. Then one day, during a meeting about a new campaign, everyone was stuck. Ideas were being thrown around, but none of them felt right. The room went quiet. Jake finally spoke. "What if we focus less on selling and more on storytelling? People connect more with stories than ads." The room paused. The boss leaned forward. "Explain." Jake did, slowly, clearly, without rushing. For 5 minutes he spoke. No extra words, no trying to sound smart, just clear thinking. When he finished, the boss nodded. "That's the direction we're going," she said. After that, something changed again. Whenever Jake spoke, people listened. Because he didn't speak often, his words carried more weight. The shift. Months passed. Jake didn't become the most social person in the office. He didn't become the funniest or the loudest, but something more important happened. People respected him. When he walked into a room, conversations didn't stop, but they changed. People paid attention. When problems came up, they looked at him. When decisions needed to be made, his opinion mattered. One evening, Lisa sat next to him and said, "I don't get it." Jake looked at her. "What?" "You don't try to impress anyone. You don't talk much. You stay out of everything. But somehow everyone respects you." Jake thought for a moment. Then he said, "I just don't react to everything." Lisa frowned slightly. "That's it?" "Mostly," Jake said. "People respect control, not noise." The real lesson. Jake wasn't cold in a mean way. He didn't ignore people. He didn't act arrogant. He was simply controlled. He shared less so people valued what he did share. He stayed calm so people trusted him in chaos. He didn't seek approval, so he looked confident. He avoided drama, so he looked mature. He spoke with purpose, so his words mattered. In a world where everyone was trying to be seen, Jake became respected by not trying too hard. And that's what most people didn't understand. Respect doesn't come from being the loudest person in the room. It comes from being the most controlled one. That's how Machiavelli might explain it today, as not being cold in a negative way, but as being calm, disciplined, and hard to read. And in modern life, especially in places like the US where people value confidence and independence, that kind of behavior stands out the most.